Hey everyone, my name is Jake, and I live in Kansas City, Missouri with my wife Melody and our two boys, Owen and Ezra. And what drew me to this course is I work for an organization called the Global Orphan Project or Care Portal. And what we do is we partner with local churches around the world and help them develop strategies to care for orphaned and vulnerable children and families. And so we do that really through three ways. We help prevent the breakdown of families through family strengthening initiatives. We help local churches develop foster care initiatives, and we help local churches design strategies to help children age into adults. And one of the most vulnerable people groups that we serve are refugees and internally displaced people, especially in parts of the Middle East and Africa that have experienced ongoing tribal conflict. And so this has become a large part of our ministry. And so, viewing kind of homelessness through the lens of a refugee or an internally displaced person, it's kind of the lens through which I'm viewing this course, and I'm really interested in learning about this course. For me personally, some of the things that have helped shaped my understanding of place and home. So I grew up in the UK. My dad was a businessman in St. Louis, which is where I was born. And when I was young, he sold the family business and saw an opportunity to invest in a small company in the UK that a friend of his was running and help plant a church while he was doing that. And he thought, this would be a really cool adventure to take our family overseas for a couple of years. And those couple of years turned into 16 years, and I spent my childhood from the age of 4 until I was almost 20 living in the UK. And so, we didn't see ourselves as missionaries. I still don't think we were really missionaries. We lived in the UK. My dad owned a business. We went to school. I went to public school and, spoke with a British accent and had British friends, and we were just part of the community. Even though I knew I was American, and even though I knew that this wasn't, my home, it was home. It felt like home for me. And so when we moved from the UK in 1999, we moved to, 99, 2000, we moved to Miami, Florida. And that didn't feel like home for a long time. That was a big shift. And so, we kind of made home there after a while. And it started to feel like home, and that's where we were. And so, I lived in Miami for about 11 years, and then I moved to Haiti to work with the Global Orphan Project. And now I live in Kansas City with my wife and our kids, and I've been here for coming up on 10 years. And so, I don't really have a hometown, and I've always been a little bit jealous of people who have that hometown that's always there. For me and my family, we've always just sort of made home wherever we are. And my wife too, she was born and raised in South Africa and moved to the States when she was a teenager. So anyway, all right. So on the article this week, I thought it was really good. And there was a quote here that I thought was excellent. It says, "As we develop a theology of place, we become more deeply committed to the community that we have been called to live in and seek its shalom." And I thought, that was so good that, our responsibility as Christians isn't to remove ourselves from society and kind of create our own, Christian enclave, but rather to engage in your community and seek shalom for the community and everyone within it, those who are believers and those who are not yet believers. And I thought that was excellent. And similarly, in the book that I'm reading, this one, The Land, by Walter Brueggemann, I really enjoyed his thoughts on being a sojourner. And so he's got this quote here that says, "To an observer, the sojourner pilgrim is just there, coping and surviving. Perhaps only the insider can know that he is not just being there, but is on his way toward a promise. He can be observed as placeless, but he knows of a promised place, and that changes his sojourn." And I think that's awesome. that, we are, all of us as Christians, sojourners. We know that we are dwelling here, seeking shalom for the world, but there's a promise of a better future. And that future, that kingdom, the kingdom of God, is here and now. And so our job is to build it in as best as we can while waiting for the return of Christ. And so anyway, I just thought that was really good. So that's me. It's great to meet you all, and look forward to our discussion.